Today we're going to look at the absolute worst card type and the worst type of that card type, the auras. Worst auras in Magic the Gathering, starting off the Curse of Echoes. Now, this is a blue 4 generic curse that you enchant players with. When an enchanted player casts an instant or sorcery, each other player may copy that spell and may choose new targets for the copy they control. But here's the problem. I mean, they don't have to cast squat if they don't want to. This is like sort of just a really awkward hive mind in some capacity. Okay, you enchant them. I mean, if anything, they can ensue chaos if they really want to use a removal spell. All right, everyone else has to use removal spells. I don't have any creatures on the battlefield anyway. So anyway, the fact that you can't really force the opponent to give you value, I think this card is a stinker. Okay, next up, let's take a look at Sheelin with the Caustic Tar. Caustic Tar. Oh yes, the 6-mana Lightning Bolt Maker. It's an aura. Enchant land. Enchant land has tap. Target player loses 3 life. The most disappointing thing about this card is you're probably going to enchant it on a land that's already tapped. So by turn 7, you can start to Lightning Bolt. Well, not exactly Lightning Bolt. You are doming somebody for 3 life. They lose the 3 life. They don't take 3 damage. My apologies. The life total is going down. Next up, let's look at Julian's Keldoran Pride. Okay, let's look at Keldoran Pride. 2-mana enchant creature, white 1 generic. Enchant creature has +1/+2, which back in the day, that was broken. So what is the major downside to this? For a blue 2 generic, switch Keldoran Pride from creature it enchants to another creature. Can we do this at instant speed? Keldoran Pride's new target must be legal. Treat Keldoran Pride as though it were just cast on the new target. What the hell does that mean? Does it go back on the stack or something? Okay, I need to read this. It's just 3 mana. Swap it from target creature. Yeah, attach. It's like an equipment. Oh my goodness. This is literally the very first equipment in Magic the Gathering to some degree. Although if the creature dies, this thing falls off and is never coming back again. 2 mana to buff you by +1/+2. Vinovsky says the worst aura in MTG is the aura of those not using deodorant at the local game store. Oh, you popped in a funny over there. You're not wrong. And also remember, deodorant isn't a replacement for taking showers. You gotta do both. Step 1, take shower. Step 2, use the deodorant. Okay, next up, we've got Christopher B with the Field of Reality. The Field of Reality is a 3-mana enchant creature. An enchanted creature can't be blocked by spirits. Enchanted creature can't be blocked by spirits. That is very, very narrow. Look at that. We got Raiden over here telling us can't be blocked by spirits. 2 mana, return Field of Reality to its owner's hand. That is... Okay, so, like, don't forget unblockable. No, you can be blocked by anything. Anything in Magic the Gathering except the spirit creature type. Oh, and of course, the changelings. So basically, this is a way of getting through the changeling players out there. Maybe a little bit of a weird tack for that matter. Yeah, very, very... So, it's it's so narrow, it's useless. Why did it make this thing? It's a Kamigawa staple, I suppose. A staple of Kamigawa. It was good in draft at the time. In the spirit world they had over there. Okay, EKJJ with invisibility. Invisibility. Okay, blue aura. Enchant creature. Enchanted creature can't be blocked except by walls. That's actually not bad. I mean... This is probably going to be one of the better auras on this show. It basically says enchanted creature can't be blocked. And we have Axix. Sorry, I can't pronounce your name so well. Axixlim says, "What does Zyber mean?" It's like, it's basically the the Coffee and MTG version of vibes. Does it vibe with you? Then it's Zybers. Okay, anyway, invisibility. I'm actually going to say this is pretty good for this show, in my opinion. Okay, we have W, Vishjerbione with Orcish Mine. Okay, a red, 1 generic enchant land. When Orcish Mine comes into play, put 3 ore counters on it during your upkeep, and whenever target land becomes tapped, remove an ore counter from Orcish Mine. When the last ore counter is removed from Orcish Mine, destroy the land Orcish Mine enchants. Orcish Mine deals 2 damage to that land's controller. So it's basically slow Stone Rain that comes along with a shock at the end. So at the beginning of your upkeep, okay, so it's only 3. So basically, they're probably going to tap it twice. We're going to take 1 more turn. So basically, in 1 turn or in 2 turns, that land is gone. Orcish Mine, one way or another. It's interesting. This is like it's basically strictly worse Stone Rain. You might as well have just spent 3 mana on the Stone Rain at the time. Homelands! Classic Homelands. Taking, fine cards and making them as bad as possible. First super chat of the day coming from the Dangerous One. Thank you so much. The Farmstead, an oldie but a goldie. Or oldie but a goodie. Farmstead. White, enchant land. I can barely read it. Target land's controller gains 1 life if double white is spent during controller's upkeep. Oh, okay, so you can pay double white and you gain the land. You cannot gain more than 1 life each turn through this enchantment. Man, back then they taxed you for everything. They really taxed you for casting your spells. They taxed you for gaining things. They taxed you for keeping artifacts and enchantments on the battlefield. The taxman came at you for everything back then. Okay, Islarf. Sorry, I had a call. Did you do the Soul Caesar? Yeah, let's take a look at Soul Caesar. Farmstead is like, just one more word on Farmstead. They make you really work really hard for that 1 life. 1 life at a time. Soul Caesar. Technically not an aura. Disqualified. I know probably the other side is an aura, but the front side is not. Next up, let's take a look at King Ginger's Aggression. The pizza is aggressive. Aggression is a red 2 generic enchant creature. Target non-wall creature gains first strike and trample at the end of its controller's turn. Destroy that creature if it did not attack that turn. Target non-wall creature gains first strike. What's wrong with the wall? Why can't the wall get first strike? And then at the end of its controller's turn, destroy that creature if it did not attack this turn. It's like a weird lure. Like, okay, you have to. Okay, oh no, but this is sorcery speed. What the hell is going on here? Oh, what are the specifics? Can we use this as a removal spell? Okay, enchant creature has first strike and trample at the beginning of the end step of enchanted creature's controller. Destroy that creature if it didn't attack this turn. Okay, that made a whole lot more sense. I thought you could just, like, on your turn, play this thing. Well, obviously you didn't attack, so kablooey. Anyway, okay. God-awful card. I mean, after this, they're just going to send it into the red zone. Next up, let's take a look at Bulky Cocoon. For some reason in my mind, this is a good card. I'm not reading the ancient scripture. Enchant creature you control when Cocoon enters. Oh yeah, this card. Tap enchant creature and put 3 Poopa counters on it. Doesn't untap during your untap step if Cocoon has a Poopa counter. And at the beginning of your upkeep, remove a Poopa counter. If you can't, sack it. And put a +1/+1 counter on enchant creature, and that creature gained flying. That's great. You evolved into a slightly larger creature than you were before. Good for you, Cocoon. We did Farmstead. So wow, it's not that early in the show. It's not. We've barely started. We're getting repeats already. Next up, let's take a look at Earthbind from Will Anderson. Again, I don't even know what this card does. I barely read it. Enchant creature. When Earthbind enters, if enchanted creature has flying, Earthbind deals 2 damage to that creature. and Earthbind gains. Enchanted creature loses flying. Interestingly enough, this can kill a Delver of Secrets. It could see Legacy play. Imagine someone just wants to play this in Legacy. You could also... This plus Dress Down will kill a Dragon Rage Chandler in Legacy as well. It has a lot of purpose. Okay, next super chat coming from Cracker. Thank you so much for your super chat. Moin, I'm back with the military discipline. Is that an actual card? An aura I have in real life. Military. Just put like this. Okay, it's actually with discipline. You lack discipline. Okay, white. Aura, flash. Enchant creature. When it enters the battlefield, enchanted creature gains first strike until end of turn, and enchanted creature gets +1/+0. It's probably like a really good, like basically a combat trick. I don't know if I would first pick this in draft, but I think it's a draft play. You just send in the team. You never know when your opponent's going to get first strike. Plus more. Okay, next up. Let's look at Arcanus Ultra with the Indestructible Aura. Is that real? Is it one of the worst auras because it's not an aura? Oh, then it's disqualified. Yeah, it is the worst aura. Let's take a one from Alan. Favor of the Woods. 3-mana aura. Enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature blocks, you gain 3 life. You can always use that life. At the cost of maybe losing my creature. And the aura! Make sure you block something you can survive around here. This is another one of these cards. Like, you can't force anything. It's like, I need some life. Can anyone attack me? That sounds wrong, too. I need more life. Please, send your soldiers this way. Next super chat coming from Danny Luo. Good afternoon, y'all. Cruel reality costs way too much. This is a 7-mana curse. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, that player sacks a creature or planeswalker. If the player can't, they lose 5 life. I would agree. At the moment that you play this for 7 mana, they could be low on life. That is possible. But there's probably enough creatures and planeswalkers for them to sacrifice. Sacrifice big time. Jasper Rob, we did this one. We did Farmstead. Everyone wants to get Farmstead out there. It probably has to be the thumbnail for this show. Farmstead's it's a banger bad card, effectively. Next up, let's get one from Kano. Animal Boneyard. Does anyone play with auras? I don't. I think the only aura I play with is like Spreading Seas. Auras are so bad in this game. Oh, sorry, that's not true. I also play with like Can't Hear Me Scream or whatever the hell that card was, and Witness Protection and Eaten by Piranhas. Okay, Animal Boneyard. 3 mana, enchant land. Enchanted land has tap, sacrifice a creature, and you gain life equal to creature's toughness. We have to sacrifice our mana for this. Whereas these days, there's a lot of sack outlets out there. Although, I can't say that we always gain life equal to their toughness. We got Lego Drakey with the Torment. With the set? There's an actual card out there called Torment. Torment! 2 mana. It's like a blue card, actually. Oh my goodness. It's just 2 mana. Enchanted creature gets -3, -0. Today, blue would do that, and blue would do it better. I'm surprised black would even have an aura like this. This is just strictly worse Doomblade. Well, this might have been before Doomblade. No, how long has Doomblade been in the game? It's been around for a while. This is an abomination to black removal around the world. Oi, 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 oi. Why are we saying C's claim is bad? Well, I don't know. I'll bring the vote out to the world here. 1 blue, it's an aura, enchant land. Enchant land is an island. How do people feel about this? Do you just like brush it off as if it never happened? Or you're like, oh god, my Jund land, it's now an island. To all the people who play the best basic land type in the world, you probably don't care. But for everyone who doesn't, it's a big deal. Okay, Godzilla-sized fireballs with the Pharaoh's Mantle. Old school, Allen Empires? Pharaoh's Mantle. 3-mana aura, enchant creature. Whenever enchanted creature attacks and isn't blocked, its controller may have it deal damage equal to its power, +2 to target creature. If that player does, the attacking creature deals no combat damage this turn. Attacks not blocked. Its controller may have it deal damage equal to its power +2 to target creature. That's interesting. But that will never happen! If that player does, the attacking creature deals no combat damage this turn. Well, what does that even mean? Oh, I see. Yeah, so you're exchanging attacking the opponent for killing the creature like a removal spell. They'll just block it. Oh no, they might not always be able to because they've already attacked with their creatures. Oh, I see. What a weird card. Would never play it. Ding ding! Any of the ordeals. I don't even know one. Let's take a look at an ordeal. The Ordeal of Heliod is a 2-mana aura. When a enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters on it, sacrifice Ordeal of Heliod. Whenever you sacrifice it, you gain 10 life. I could swear that actually saw play at one point. In a heroic deck? I think it was in a heroic deck. Okay, next up, let's take a look. We have some super chats here. We got Steve Cooper coming in with Entangled Vines. Seems like a blue thing. Dono chats for 2. Entangled Vines. Entangling. It's very entangling. Entangling Vines is a 4-mana aura. Enchant tapped creature. We're getting even more specific. Enchant creature doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Yeah, it does feel very blue. So it's situational blue removal. This was Wizards trying to give green removal back in the day. 15 years ago. Who knows? They could have power crept this to the point where it's just like 1 mana, destroy target creature. All right, next up. We have some freebies. Let's give one to Jasper Rab with the Ghoul Flesh. A black aura, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -1/-1 and is a black zombie in addition to its other colors and types. Yeah, it's terrible. I have no idea how this helps you over, like, say, Tragic Slip. This is just strictly worse Tragic Slip. It will weigh down the creature for the entire time. It's an aura. That's the only difference. I mean, I guess it's for hitting a creature that is not going to die, I suppose, or something. Okay, next freebie is going to go to... who doesn't have a card? I think almost everybody has a card. Dracoli, give us Duskmourn's Domination. Duskmourn's Domination. We got the 6-mana enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. That's not bad. But then enchant creature gets -3/-3 and loses all abilities. Oh my god, this is awful. This is So we stole the creature, and we don't even get any good use out of this creature. It's strictly worse mind control. We have mind control out there for 4 mana. Why can't we have mind control in Modern, by the way? You know, I've read cards like this, and I see you can control enchanted creature. I just stopped reading because I just assumed, well, that's what you're getting. We're paying to steal the creature, but instead we're paying for a shrunken version, and we don't even get any of the good stuff out of it. Somebody licked all the icing off of this cake already. Yeah, it's terrible. And then, okay, those are the freebies. Reed Duke dominated with this in draft. I don't doubt it. I guess stealing creatures is just way too powerful in Duskmourn. We got... Sandwich says Toads. I don't think that's an actual aura. Toilet Duck with Cooperation. We need a little cooperation here. Three mana, enchant creature. Target creature? What does it mean, target creature? Templating back then was just backwards. Enchanted creature gains banding. Which, by the way, don't underestimate that. It only looks bad because people do not understand. Cracker. Okay, next try for Rafine's Leadership. How do I spell this? Rafine's... Something's Leadership. Or maybe I should just look up all the Rafine cards. Rafine's Silencer? There's no such thing as Rafine's Leadership. Next try. Try Rafine's Leadership. Rafine has no leadership. Is it another person's leadership? Rafine doesn't lead. Oh, the guidance? Okay, hold on. Rafine's guidance. Helps giving me the right card on this show. I misspell cards as bad as it is. It doesn't help me that other people misspell the cards or give me the wrong cards. Or cards that don't exist. Okay, but anyway, we get through it. We get through it. For a white, this is an aura, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+1. And you may cast Rafine's Guidance from your graveyard by paying a whole 3 mana rather than paying its mana cost. That's worse! It's far worse coming out of my graveyard. Paying a whole 3 mana to get buffed up by 1 counter. There's certainly a lot of different cards out there where we just put +1/+1 counters on the damn thing. Okay, Nadu wants a card. Primal Visitation. Visiting hours are over for 5 mana. Enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +3/+3 and has haste. That's actually an interesting conundrum now that I think about it, because if the creature has haste, that means the creature just came in play. How much mana did we have? Did we have like 9 mana, spend 4 on a creature, and then spend the other 5 on this damn thing? That's the only way that this is going to actually give use to the haste part of this thing. Otherwise, it's garbage. Violet, we already did Farmstead. Okay, the Farmstead count is at 4. The Farmstead count is at 4, and I'm sure we're only getting started. Okay, next super chat we got from Dr. Nemo. The Tackle Maggot. Good thing for Oracle text. Yeah, thank God. No, I think this is one of those cards that they worded it better on the old thing. Well, anyway, at the beginning of the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, put a -0/-1 counter on a creature. Sorry, on that creature. When enchanted creature is put into the graveyard, that creature's controller chooses a creature that Tackle Maggot could enchant. If they do, return Tackle Maggot to the battlefield under your control attached to that creature. If they don't, return Tackle Maggot to the battlefield under your control as a non-aura enchantment. It loses enchant creature and gains at the beginning of that player's upkeep. Tackle Maggot deals 1 damage to them. I think back then this card would have been pretty good because I played a little bit of beta, basically beta constructed, and like the format is so slow if you don't have any Moxen or any busted cards like that. You play it fair for what the format is supposed to be. And this is like one of those old cards. And so, you know, as time goes on, it would like just perpetually shrink all your opponent's creatures. Cracker says, hi, my super chat was sent twice. I don't know why, because you clicked the button twice. But sorry for my misspelling, trying to translate it. Oh, really? That was the German? Cracker was more of a leader in the other one? Okay, anyway, you can get another card if you want, Cracker, if you accidentally super chatted twice. We're going to go with your first one, though. Which is all good things are 3 defensive stance. Defensive stance, a blue aura, enchanted creature gets -1/+1. Blue is confused. I don't want to, you know what? I want to reduce your power, but in exchange, I'll buff up your booty by a little bit. The Farmstead count is at 5. We've had 5 people suggest Farmstead. Just a random age. Coma Veil. 5 mana aura. Enchant artifact or creature. Enchanted Enchanted permanent doesn't untap during its controller's untap step. Interesting. I sort of like this sort of removal spell. Not for 5 mana, but I still find it interesting. It's pretty close to blue removal. Or actually, it's not. You know what? There's actually a lot of cards like this for cheaper. But the thing is, you can put it on anything, but if it's untapped, they can still, like, go in to attack and whack you. Okay, next up, we've got Charlie Peterson. With the Backy's Cursed, it's a reserved list. Yeah, there's no in between on the reserve list. The card is absolutely broken, or it's just stone cold garbage. This one's a 4-mana sorcery. Oh, but it's a sorcery. It's not an aura. Sorry about that. It's an aura show today. Disqualified. So we're gonna have to donate that super chat too. We'll give it to Bill. Let's try the Coalition flag. Or the Consecrated Land. No, we'll go with Coalition flag. The white enchant creature. Can enchant only a creature you control. Enchant creature's type is Flag Bearer. I've captured the flag. I wonder, was Counter-Strike out back then? You know, Wizards very often does references to pop culture. Although, I don't know, maybe there wasn't a Capture the Flag in Counter-Strike. But maybe there's a Capture the Flag in... there was in GoldenEye 64. And I think there was in Perfect Dark. I never owned Perfect Dark. I was a big GoldenEye person, though. Oh, man, those were the days. We can't get those days back anymore. Okay, if an opponent plays a spell or ability that could target a flag bearer in play, that player chooses at least one flag bearer as a target. Your creature type is a flag bearer. If an opponent plays a spell or ability that could target a flag bearer in play, it's just alluring the thing. So basically, this I am the flag bearer. You must target me. Can I do? It's like, I don't know. Yeah, it's goad. Yeah, it's goad for spells. I love that. That's fantastic explanation, David. They should bring it back. Goad for spells. That's just what it says. Okay, next up, let's take a look at oh boy with Maddening Wind. Good old mono green burn. The really good old mono green burn is Hurricane. So for a green 2 generic, we have someone who apparently is going deaf. A cumulative upkeep of a green. During target creature's controller's upkeep, Maddening Wind, it deals 2 damage to that player. So during target creature's controller's upkeep. So I'm putting this on something else, and then I have to pay a green every single turn to consistently deal 2 damage per turn. Okay, next up. Cracker, did you have another card? Did you want to say? Let's see. Otherwise, you know what? Oh, I think you said something here. Thanks. Grounded if we don't have it already. All right, let's take a look at Grounded. Thank you very much for your super chat. That one was doubled. Grounded, the 2-mana aura. Enchant creature. Enchant creature loses flying. Is that it? Yeah, you are grounded. Go to your room. You think about what you've done. No more flying around here. Monsieur Dragon. Don't know what the hell. I think that's a dragon. I think it's dead. I mean, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but there's only like bones here. This must be like a zombie dragon or something. Rev Lysander with Boop. Is that a real card? It is a, well, something came up, but it's not an aura. Okay, how about we go with cumulative upkeep? It increases each time. No way, really? That green card? During target creature controls upkeep, Maddening Wind deals 2 damage to that player. No, you're just dealing 2 damage a turn. It doesn't go up. It doesn't get worse. We did Cocoon. Destroy target creature for 2? No, we ground it. Yeah, you're grounded. Elternia Productions with Lightning Diadem. The 6-mana aura, enchant creature, when Lightning Diadem enters the battlefield, it deals 2 damage to any target. 6 mana for shocking something. And enchant creature gets +2/+2. How about that? Would never play it. Stone cold unplayable.
No, God, please, no.
All right, you heard the music. You know what that means. It's time to thank our sponsors, starting with FusionGamingOnline.com, my favorite sponsor. And Duskmorn House of Horrors is out, and you would be scared to not upgrade your decks, your Pioneer, Commander, Standard, Modern decks, because those upgrades you need. New cards come out, you have to change up your deck. It's important. Basically that's the whole role of Magic the Gathering. Print new cards, the game changes. And in order to upgrade your deck, you get them at FusionGamingOnline.com. Deal of the week this week. Save 15% off Khans of Tarkir block singles. They got staples, like fetch lands, like the dragons. Where's my dragons? Sarkhan, the anti-dragon cards. You can support the channel using my you can support the channel with my Fusion Gaming Online coupon code Nikachu to get 5% off all your purchases at checkout. In addition to those great deals of that great deal of the week, we're also going to thank Mana Traders, this premier place to rent Magic cards online. The ability to play any deck, any format on the digital platform Magic Online. They got Commander too. They got Commander. They got Dual Commander. You can play against random people on the internet playing in a singleton 100 card format. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below, or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_QTP. All right, back to the terrible auras. What do we got here? We have super chats, actually. We have Godzilla-sized fireballs with the brand of Ill Omen. I missed this one. You played this one back in the day, Godzilla. We have a 4-mana enchant creature. Cumulative upkeep of a red. Target creature's controller cannot cast summon spells. This actually seems okay. Like, if you could pay that upkeep. So you basically, enchanted creature's controller can't cast creature spells. I could dig that. Interesting. Okay, I think this is a pretty cool card. Yeah, the cost goes up for the other one. Yeah, for the green one. Same thing with this one. So you pay red, you pay double red, triple red. I know how cumulative upkeep works. It's a terrible mechanic. And apparently it's a 10 on the storm scale. They will never reprint this mechanic again. I think they will never reprint it in standard. That's important. They could reprint it. Man, by today's standards, what does the card have to do to be good and have cumulative upkeep? I'd be scared. I'd be scared if they brought it back. Means the cards might be completely broken. We got the 6th farmstead. The 6th person of the recommended farmstead, where the farmstead count is at 6. Evan with paroxysm. Two mana aura. During the upkeep of enchanted creature's controller, reveal the top card of that player's library to all players. If that card is a land card, destroy enchanted creature. Otherwise, enchanted creature gets +3/+3 until end of turn. What a gamble is that? We're just taking a huge chance. And on top of that, you all know each other. You don't put enough lands in your decks. So basically, the odds of this thing actually working is going to be like 1 in 5. I've seen the decks. Also, there's people who just substitute lands for, artifact mana and so on. So, paroxysm, basically just going to backfire. Imagine I have Sensei's Divining Top. Oh, the tables have turned. You will never find a land on the top of my library. Put an oops all spell. Yeah, exactly. No, you'll never play it against. You don't put it in. Oh, you could put it in your own deck. Maybe that's the idea. Oh, I thought this was just a crappy removal spell. Actually, I didn't think about it. This is actually a buff spell in your own deck. You could probably build around it. 2 mana to give something +3/+3 isn't even that great, though, to be honest. Kitsune, the colored Scarab Cycle. Scarab. Can't you give me, like, you know, at least one card? We got the Blue Scarab. It is a white. Target creature gets +2/+2. Sorry, enchanted creature. Back then they called it target creature. As long as any opponent controls any blue cards, that creature cannot be blocked by blue creatures. It's pretty interesting meta hate. Interesting. I guess they had this in White Weenie back in the day. Oh, you're playing with black? Okay, well, now my creature has +2/+2 and can't be blocked by your black creatures. Interesting. Next super chat, we've got Lord Trevor. Whenever coil, I want to be a creature. Is it called whenever coil? Or is it called coil? There's no such thing as whenever coil, so I'm just gonna look up actual coil. CCC. I have no idea what this is. There's no such thing. Whenever coil. Is there an aura called coil? Looking around here. Coils of Medusa? Is this a card or a comment? I can't tell anymore, Lord Trevor. Wormweaver? Okay, hold on. Let me look up Wormweaver. Wormweaver? Oh, Wormweaver coil. All right, thank you. We got there. We got there. It's okay. You know, we're having a good time today. This is a 6-mana aura. Enchant green creature. Enchanted creature gets a little buffed up. You know, we're on some steroids here. +6/+6. Then for 3 mana, sacrifice Wormweaver coil. Create a 6/6 green worm creature token. I would say the sacrifice part of this is better than the first part. Next up, let's take a look at Abzo's Animate Wall. Animate Wall, oh, white. Enchant Wall! How many of you still play with those? Enchant Wall can attack as though it didn't have Defender. Yep, all those walls are like 0/5s, 0/4, 0/3, 1/6. Now you can get into the red zone. Go, Wall, go! Been animated now. Farmstead has been named 7 times now. The Farmstead count is at 7. Screwdiver Jr. with the Sky Games. 2-mana aura, enchant land. Enchant land has tap. Target creature gains flying until end of turn. Activate this ability only anytime you can cast a sorcery. Stone cold useless. Lord Trevor. Oh no, that was your card. That was the last card. Okay, next up we have Lesthian with Wellspring. Gains life, right? Green. Oh, it's actually more than that. Isn't this a good card? So white, green, 1 generic enchant land. Comes into play, gain control of enchanted land. Nothing wrong with that. At the end of each of your turns, lose control of enchanted land. At the beginning of each of your turns, gain control of enchanted land. Okay, now I can't remember if this is good or bad. Probably bad, since it's on the reserve list and is worth nothing. Yeah, the last one was worth sorcery speed. Sorcery speed to give your creature flying, as if that even matters. We got Polypropylene, the Crackling Club. Sorry, the Cackling Club. It's a pack of hyenas, isn't it? I better see a pack of hyenas. Cackling. Is it cackling or crackling? Crackling Club. Okay, so it's not. If it were cackling, those are hyenas. If it's crackling, it's I don't know, it's a storm card. It's a red enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+0. Sacrifice Crackling Club. Crackling Club deals 1 damage to target creature. Oh my god! Well, at least we didn't pay that much for it. At the very least, we paid 1 mana and we got what we paid for. We got Crowcore Games with Turok's Gate. Open the gates! It's a 3 mana. I'm not reading this. We're not going to read the ancient scripture here. Enchant land you control. Sacrifice a thrall. Put 3 time counters on Turok's Gate. At the beginning of your upkeep, remove a time counter from Turok's Gate. If there are no time counters on Turok's Gate, Sacrifice it too. Tap Enchanted Land. Attacking creatures you control get +2/-1 until end of turn. Activate only if Enchanted Land is untapped. I have a feeling you would actually just kill off your entire board if you did this. Especially back then. Like, the creatures weren't big back then. They were small. They were small creatures. They're all like X1s and stuff. So you'd, like, you know, build this thing up just to completely wipe out your board. Arethusa says, what is the first playable aura in competitive Magic? Probably, it was that Eldrazi aura. Well, no, actually, no, that's entirely untrue. There were actually a lot of competitive auras back then. See, there's a lot of competitive auras for its time. In Standard, they're like, okay. Then outside of Standard, they're just complete garbage. But there's actually a lot of competitive auras in Standard as time goes on. Dinglebag, did we do Afar's Radiance? Afar's Radiance, the white aura, enchant creature. Enchant creature has pay a white, pay 1 generic, tap, and you can gain 3 life around here. We got Bablab with Philgia. What the hell is this? J-A? How do you pronounce this? Philgia? I get it's like probably Philgia. It's a white enchant creature. When Philgia comes into play, put 4 healing counters on it because you're gonna need it. Because that bear, it's coming right for you. Pay 0, remove a healing counter from Philgia to prevent 1 damage to creature Philgia enchants. Pay a white 2 generic, put a healing counter on Philgia. So you can like build up healing counters and prevent stuff. Infinite mana, this creature is never dying to damage around here. We got TOIC with Captivating Glance. It's fun, but ... 3 mana aura. At the beginning, at the end of your turn, clash with an opponent. If you win, gain control of enchanted creature. Otherwise, that player gains control of enchanted creature. Well, it's again. Oh, so we actually want to put this on a big creature? If you win at end of turn, clash with opponent. If you win, gain control of enchanted creature. Otherwise, that player gains control of enchanted creature. Am I putting this on their creature to steal it? So at the end of your turn, clash with an opponent. Oh yeah, so like it's like a bad mind control effectively. So I basically want what's it called? I want to steal their thing, and then if I do steal the thing, I have to clash with other people later. How did you not have a card yet? You literally super chatted for like 4 of them. Tin Street Market. You didn't get 1 free one. So 5 mana for an aura, enchant land. Enchant land has tap, discard a card, discard a card, draw a card. Worst looting possible. All right, Godzilla-sized fireballs. My last suggestion. In Bolus's Clutches. Bolus's Clutches? I don't know if I'm spelling this right. Yeah, in Bolus's Clutches, the 6 mana aura, enchant permanent. You control enchanted permanent. Enchanted permanent is legendary. Is that it? Oh no, but you still stole the damn thing. Enchanted permanent is legendary. I wonder if that ever screws anyone over in Commander. I stole somebody's card, and now it's legendary. Would I have to lose it to the legend rule? Okay, we got Saint Yin, Screams from Within. Screams from Within. It used to be good a long time ago. I swear it was good a long time ago. Wow, Darksteel. Yeah, Darksteel is old. 3 mana, enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -1/-1. Now, when enchanted creature is put into a graveyard, return Screams from Within from your graveyard to play. Do you know what? I could totally see this being good in a metagame where it's just a bunch of tiny, small creatures. And then, because you could wipe an entire board, right? So, like, if you kill one toughness creature, it dies, it comes back. And then you hit another one, it dies, it comes back. You just, like, it's basically could be a board wipe for, you know, 1 toughness creatures. I think it's great. Next up. So this card has a lot of upside, in my opinion. Elixir. With Do You Count Nyxborn Triton? Oh, the Bestow cards? I don't know if this is a Bestow card, but when I hear Nyx, I think Bestow. Why is it? I guess I have to. Yeah, it's an enchant creature. Are they called auras on the card? Or are they just called enchant creatures and it says it's called an aura in the card? Just out of curiosity. No, it's called enchantment aura. Oh, so this is enchantment creature. So it actually does get disqualified. Sorry, it gets disqualified. Technically not aura. It is enchantment creature instead of enchantment aura. Apparently auras are a different type of enchant anything. Mindful with Inheritance. We'll donate it to Mindful. Inheritance. White card draw back in the day. This is a white. Whenever a creature is put into a graveyard from play, you may pay 3. If you do, draw a card. Not an aura! Disqualified. Benjamin Berkeley. Lingering Death. It is a black 1 generic enchant creature. Now, the controller of enchant creature sacrifices it at the end of their turn. So this is, what is this? Slow Chainer's Edict or something? Slow-mo Chainer's Edict. The controller of enchant creature sacrifice at the end of their turn. You can feel the ticking time bomb. It's like the doctor gave you the bad news. I'm sorry, you got lingering death. You've got 1 rotation to live. So, you know, if you have anything on your bucket list, you know, do it now. Yeah, I know what's on my bucket list. Attack! Attack 1 last time. Today is a good day to die. Aura is a subtype, not a super type. And bestow creatures get the subtype when you bestow them. Oh, they get it? Okay, then what was that last card that we looked at? Okay, we'll look at the Nyxborn Triton. I'm gonna trust you. Oh, it does say it's an aura here. If you cast this card for its bestow cost, it's an aura. Okay, whatever. Whatever. We'll put these in the show. Okay, we have a 3 mana 2/3, or you can bestow it on something for 5 mana, and it gets +2/+3. Completely useless. Calduin with the Barbed Field. 4 mana enchant land. Enchant land has tapped. This land deals 1 damage to target player. Sorry, target creature or player. This land is my land. This land is your land. And it'll deal 1 damage to you. Sometimes this land is this land is painful for you and me. I'm making it up as I go. Okay, Stormcrow with the Stone Hands. 3 mana. Enchant creature gets +0/+2. And also for a red, enchant creature gets +1/+0 until end of turn. Oh, you're basically giving it fire breathing to some degree. Farmstead has been mentioned. What is it? 7 times? The count is up to 7. I think the count is up to 7. Kalanteras with the Mystic Might. Blue. Commutative upkeep for 2 mana. This thing cost me 1! Wow, who says I'm gonna have 2? When it comes into play, choose target land you control. Pay 0. Tap land. Mystic Might and chance to give target creature +2. +2/+2 until end of turn. This is Blue Giant Growth. We're looking at right here. Paview, was Yoke of the Damned already suggested? Nope. Yoke of the Damned. Yoke on you. Black 1 generic. When a creature dies, destroy enchanted creature. Oh God.
No, God, please, no.
It's like any creature dies. Basically, the ring is bound to a soul, and the ring survived. But then, if the ring dies, then Sauron dies. We got Joy Boom Games, Ordeal of Nylia. Ordeal of Nylea. 2 mana. Whenever enchanted creature... when enchanted creature attacks, put a +1/+1 counter on it. Then if it has 3 or more +1/+1 counters, we sacrifice it. When you sacrifice Ordeal of Nylea, search your library for up to 2 basic land cards, put them onto the battlefield, tapped, then shuffle. It's a lot of work to ramp. We're working hard to ramp around here. Hexanort with Coerced to kill. Kill we will. Okay, 5 mana aura. Enchant creature. You control enchanted creature. Enchanted creature has base power and toughness 1/1, has death touch, and is an assassin in addition to its other types. We turned it into like a deadly assassin. In my opinion, it's a downgrade. What the hell did I steal some creatures for? Just so as to be a damn... What is this thing? It's one of those snakes. I can't remember. There's a lot of vampires out there. It's just 1/1 death touch. Yeah, come at me. It's basically insurance from the attackers. We did tackle Maggot already. Did we do Caustic Tar? A lot of people mentioning Caustic Tar. Let's go take a look at it. Polypropylene and Christopher B. Yeah, we did that one already. You were there! You were there, Christopher B. I know you were there. You were here since the beginning of the show. Okay, we got Nolan with Regeneration Restored. This is a 2 mana enchantment. Vanishing 12. Whenever 1 or more time counters are removed from Regenerations Restored, scry 1, you gain 1 life. Then if Regenerations Restored has no time counters on it, exile it. And when you do, take an extra turn after this one. What? Whenever 1 or more time counters are removed, we get to scry 1 and gain 1 life. Then if Regenerations Restored has no time counters on it, we gotta speed up them time counters. There's only one thing we gotta do. We have to learn how to move through time. It's important. Christopher B is like, I'm sleepy. Are you from Europe, Christopher B? I have no idea. I know we have like a really strong European contingent here. Lightning Reflexes. 2 mana. You may cast Lightning Reflexes, though it had flash. And if you cast at any time, a sorcery couldn't have... If you cast at any time a sorcery couldn't have been cast, the controller of the permanent, it becomes sacrifices it at the beginning of the next end step. I don't even know what that said. If you cast it anytime a sorcery couldn't have been cast. So at instant speed. Like, why we couldn't have said it right there? The controller of the permanent, it becomes sacrifices it at the beginning of the next end step. Okay, so we have to sack our creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+0 in first strike. That is awful.
No, God,
What a
please,
terrible,
no.
terrible card. Bob talks the bridge. Commander's authority. Respect my authority. Might be okay for 1 mana, but for 5 mana, well, a lot of cards look pretty good at 1 mana. Not so hot at 5. This aura says, enchant creature has, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a 1/1 white human creature token onto the battlefield. Well, at 1 mana, it would be broken. I think at 1 mana, this would be really good. Civ, what about Farmstead? 8! It's the 8th time. Farm count up to 8. Oh, come on. You don't count. You were there, Jasper Rab. You were definitely there. No, you sacrifice. Oh, you sacrifice the aura? Oh, then that's not so bad. The controller of the permanent, it becomes, sacrifices it. It looks like you sacrifice the permanent. The controller of the permanent, it becomes I don't understand. Okay, is this like worded better? You may cast Lightning Reflexes out at flash. If you cast at any time a sorcery couldn't have been cast, the controller of the permanent, it becomes, sacrifices it. I really don't understand what this card says. It's terribly worded. Terribly worded. Well, this is now the farmstead thing is just a meme at this point. Yeah, it's at 10. It's at 20 at this point. The permanent it becomes. It's not helping me. I don't know. Maybe it's too early in the day for me or something. Grokor Games, Mana Chains. I play this card and it's funny, but it's so bad. But it's funny because it's bad. Blue, enchanted creature gains cumulative upkeep 1. That actually is pretty sweet. I like that card. That's actually really good. Like, it's good early. That will be really taxing on your opponent. Yeah, well, I mean, for blue, that's great. Blue has no edict. I've never killed anything in my life. I'm not kidding. If you printed this in standard, I think it would see competitive play. This is legacy playable? I'm wondering, can I play this in legacy? This is literally 1 mana, destroy a creature unless they want to tax their mana for the rest of the game. It turns out they just don't pay the cost. Usually they don't. This is amazing. I like this card. I just need to slow my opponents down while it's on something, and I think it'll work great. Yeah. One mana to screw up your opponent's economy equals great. You got it. You better believe it. Okay, we got Lesthian with over encumbered. It gives your opponent free stuff. 2 mana aura, enchanted opponent. When over encumbered enters the battlefield, enchanted opponent creates a clue token, a food token, and a junk token. At the beginning of combat on an enchanted opponent's turn, that player may pay 1 for each artifact they control. If they don't, creatures can't attack this combat. I think it looks pretty strong. It's not the most influential, but still helps you a lot and sort of screws them over at the same time. Nolan says, I play with coerced to kill. Bruce says, do you pay the 1? Well, you don't have a choice. Yeah, that's right. Coerced to kill. Oh, we looked at that card already. Benjamin with the Psychic Venom. This deals damage in blue, doesn't it? Yeah, so a 2-mana enchant land. Enchanted land becomes tapped. It deals 2 damage stack to the land's controller. Oh yeah, look at that. Jasper Rab made a farmstead account. How quickly do you make these accounts? That's crazy. You did that in like 5 minutes. It's just Jasper Rab, I know. If there's a troll account, it's always Jasper Rab. They let me know they may have like very fast. Okay, I can tell you have experience. Toilet Dock with Blessing of Leeches. We did tackle Mega, by the way, Quill. 3-mana enchant creature. You may play Blessing of Leeches anytime you could play an instant. At the beginning of your upkeep, you'll lose 1 life. Or you can pay 0 to regenerate enchanted creature. So at the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life. That's a very interesting way to make your creature like basically indestructible. I think that's a good trade-off. I'm surprised more people don't play this card. 1 life is a small price to pay to basically, you know, so many people are like, how do I make my creature indestructible? Well, this is pretty much it. It's in some cases it's better. It's not an aura? No, it's an aura. It's an aura. It's just it's an old card. Like aura, they weren't called auras back then, but they have been aurated to an aura by today's standards. So this one's an aura. Unless you're talking about the last one. Yeah, everything else was an aura. So this is an aura. Almond with Idolize. Idolized. 2 mana, enchant creature. Enchant creature has, whenever this creature attacks alone, it gets +X/+X until end of turn, where X is the number of non-land permanents you control. I think it's, well, I mean, I would never play it for the buff, but it's certainly better than a lot of other cards that we have here. Chandler is not an aura. Christopher B with the Genju of the Spires. Genju. It's a red Enchant Mountain. Pay 2. Enchanted Mountain becomes a 6/1 red spirit creature until end of turn. It's still a mountain. When an enchanted mountain is put into a graveyard, you may return Genju of the Spires from your graveyard to your hand. This card has some potential, right? I like this. You can enchant a land. Can't you enchant your opponent's lands? I think there's some potential here. You can enchant your opponent's lands, pay 2 to turn it into a 6/1, kill it. You kill it off, and then you can do this all over again. I think this is a great card. Bruce Wayne. Idolize is fine if you want to win with commander damage, I guess. That's true. Crowcore Games with the super chat. With chains plus donate deck equals funny. It give creature the ability. Chains what? Chains of custody? The curse of chains? I don't know what that means. Mana chains? Oh, you're talking about mana chains. Mana chains plus donate deck equals funny. It give creature the ability. You want to donate your creature with the mana chains on it? I don't get it. Not getting it here. You have no card yet, Pedgeman. Epic Proportions. Basically, the mana chains gives the creature upkeep. Still not getting it. Go on, Epic Proportions. Are we moving? There we go. 6 mana, flash, enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +5/+5 and has trample. Honestly, one of the better auras of today, to be honest. Easily one of the better auras of today. Yeah, you could enchant your opponent's land and bolt it. Exactly. That's my great plan. Okay, we got Pavu says Soaring Hope. The worst in your collection, the 5 mana enchant creature, comes into play. You gain 3 life. Enchant creature has flying for 5 mana. Also for a white, put Soaring Hope on top of its owner's life. Right? Oh no, we're not putting it back on my deck. When it goes to the graveyard, that's it. It's gone. It's gone. It's not coming back. Oh, the Fox Clouds. We looked at Philgia. We did do that one. We've looked at that card. Just a random mage. Curse of the Fire Penguin. Okay, you got my curiosity. Fire Penguin. There are penguins in this game? It's an unset card. I should have known. I should have known. There are no penguins in the actual multiverse. They're all extinct like dinosaurs. Or sorry, unlike dinosaurs, because there's dinosaurs on Ixalan. Arrow, Curse of Leeches. Is that you, Jasper Rab? This feels like a very generic card. 3 mana, enchant creature. Enchant player. As this permanent transforms into a Curse of Leeches, attach it to a player. At the beginning of enchanted player's upkeep, they lose 1 life and you gain 1 life. It has Daybound. Turns into the Leeching Lurker. It's got lifelink and Nightbound. Let's take a look at Adon. Indestructible Aura. Indestructible Aura. Is that... Oh, it's that. Yeah, that's that joke card. Okay, let's look at... Oh, we have a super chat. From Adam. Thank you. Have we done Cocoon? We did do Cocoon. If you have Zephyr Nets, we can look at that one. Zephyr. Yeah, Cocoon. Waiting all day just to get a +1/+1 counter and flying. 2 mana. Enchant creature. Enchant creature has Defender and flying. It's basically a removal spell. You put this on your opponent's creature. It's no longer doing anything anymore. It's a bump on the log, but it gets to fly anyhow. All right. That's it for today. Thank you so much, everyone, for being here. And if you want to be part of the show, you gotta be here 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. Be there or be square. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or use Super Chat to be part of the show, or Super Chat so other people are part of the show. And thanks so much, everyone, for being here today, suggesting your god-awful aura cards. People like Hexenor and Bell. You didn't get one? Okay, hold on. Let's look. Grounded by Bell. Got a 2 mana aura. Enchant creature loses flying. Oh, we did that one, though. That's too bad. You have a super chat. This is coming a little late here, Croker Games. The creature gets the text commute of upkeep 1. If you donate the creature, its controller pays the upkeep. It works similar to Nardu's gain ability. I'm gonna have to look at that interaction. We have another one for Farmstead for the billionth time. Is there one extra card? Hexanort with Psychic Possession. Sneaking in that card at the very last second. 4 mana. Enchanted opponent, skip your draw step. Whenever enchanted opponent draws a card, you may draw a card. That's pointless. Or is it? Enchant opponent, skip your draw step. Whenever enchanted opponent... Oh, I guess you have to build this with, like, what's it called? In mind of, like, getting your opponent to draw cards. So when they draw cards, you draw cards. Thanks everyone who's joined the show. Pavu, Cracker, Almond, Nolan, Arrow, Christopher B, Ryan, Dinglebag, Bell, Pedgeman, Toads, Gamebuster, Crowcore Games, Kano, Benjamin, Jasper Rab, Christopher B, who else here? Farmstead, Julio, Ryan, Steve Cooper, Old Boy. Because you guys are the show. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep bringing up them coffees, and we'll keep bringing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.